Can you hear me?
Yo, what is up, Diego? What's up, man?
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, finally.
Thank you for taking the time. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, no problem. I was actually excited for this.
Okay, I'm great. First of all, how did you find my page? Was it because I was following you?
I think so. And then I scrolled down and I was like, oh, this work is awesome. Let me follow you back. And I saw the type of work that you did.
I binge following a lot of people, which I'm happy because it brings me creative people like yourself. So it's perfect to do that. It's kind of
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm just excited, and it's an honor to be here right now.
It's an honor for me. So if you want, anyway, okay. So I'm just gonna explain how the interview, like we have a little exploratory process before the interview. So how we do in sales. So we were talking about that you wanted to potentially get into making clothes, right? Like you want to potentially put your art on clothes. As of now, what exactly like would you want to auction? Because like if I were to when I want to put you auctioning is probably 2 weeks from now. That's when I'll put your interview on, and then we would auction your stuff. So as of now, what's like your main thing? What do you think would be grasped? Because clothing, I think you could do. Like I saw your stuff. I think you're extremely talented. It's very creative, and I would rock that shit. If you would make me like a shirt with like some tulip paint and just create it and get jiggy with it, like a white Gildan shirt, $5 at whatever store. You know, the material is thick enough to look like it's quality, and it's just only white. You get some tulip fabric paint some stuff on it, and then I think those could easily sell for $50 to $55 per shirt, starting price. So going up from there, and that's like $5 investment plus like a few cans of like $3, $4, $5. So anyway, that's what I was thinking, and if we were to do that, that would be amazing. But other than that, I'm not someone that only directions towards custom clothing. Like I don't mind actual art. The only thing is that art tends to be a little harder to sell. But that's the only thing. Once again, like this platform is growing. Today, we won't have the same customers that we'll have 2 months from now, 4 months from now. So whatever we do today, it's kind of to get you out there, to put your interview out, and then we can keep remaking auctions with time. Right now, it's like more of an introductory space where like I want to introduce all the artists and have them showcase what they do best, what they want to showcase, what they're proud of, and then that's where like the next things come.
Well, first of all, I agree with you. Let's say if I were to do a shirt, like I'm growing up, fashion and art has always been my thing instinctively. So I can easily agree. Let's say if I were to do a Gildan shirt, a thick white or gray Gildan shirt, like I already had a couple ideas in mind since we were even talking about doing this interview, man. So I can definitely do a shirt. And right now I'm curating like a mini bag series.
Cool.
I've been talking about. Yeah, so it's called Lost Boy, and I want to call it Lost Boy Worldwide. So it's basically around this concept around, everybody at one point feeling lost within, whether it's practically or on a deeper level, feeling lost within life, whether it's the career direction, whether it's just directed towards creatives and
absolutely
adventurers, explorers, and people like us. So that's what I really want to start building. And I definitely want to curate possibly a shirt or a tote around that. Because I can definitely like put some stuff, like I have many ideas, man. So I'm excited.
But okay, so these bags, the Lost Boy bags, how'd you make them? Do you make them yourself? Do you paint on them? Like, what's the concept? Do you have one to give an example?
Yeah, so I have the sketch. I have the sketch on the bag that I can show. I don't have any paint on it yet. I was gonna start painting today. One of the bags is gonna be a test bag.
Fire. So you would just hand paint these bags, pretty much.
Yeah, I hand paint everything that I do basically until I'm in a position to, where I can have everything, done like that, And plus, I feel like it's special.
It's more everything. Well, I think that's what we're like the one-on-one piece unique value of it. I think the auction too is like at the end of the day, it's an investment. Like someone's buying a piece unique. He's buying a one-on-one made from an artist that has their whole life ahead of them. Like it can only go up to some extent. If you're willing to buy it at this base price when the artist is quote unquote not known yet, not famous, like it's just exponential from there. You know, that's why we built it that way. But I absolutely agree. I think the hand painting and everything kind of adds all the charm to it.
Exactly. So this is just the minis one because I'm just, it's gonna be a 5 of 5 that I want to do very soon. And from there, if the 5 of 5 do good, I'm gonna go up in the size of the bag, and and the designs on it is just gonna go crazy. Like I'm gonna go crazy with the idea. So on the front, it says Lost Boy on the front.
Fire.
So I'm gonna do that, and that's gonna be like in a bold red color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be the world symbol on the back. So that's just a circle.
Fire.
And it's going to be like vines coming from the world symbol, like vines connected all around it.
I like that.
So that's just like the base design for it.
I like that. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So in that case, you'll have stuff within 2 weeks that you're ready to auction. That's my only concern. It's like within 2 weeks. So I'll give you a date exactly for me to be more precise. Like I'd say by like the end of this month, beginning of the next one. Like I'd say maybe June 6th maximum. If you can have it before that, it'd be perfect. Okay.
Yes, I can definitely do that. And I made a sketch with just a little doodle sketch on one of my sketchbooks. Basically just like a pre-design of like how I want a shirt to look. So I would definitely want to incorporate that, and I can show you that if you want.
Please.
So
absolutely. I'd love to give my advice or tell you what I think.
Right. So I'm just gonna tell you like right off the bat. All right. So it's gonna have the world symbol, and like at the base of the shirt, it's gonna say searching or like searching, and then on the back is in the middle of the back, it's gonna say Lost Boy.
Lost Boy.
Right. So that's gonna be that. And let me see. It's definitely one of my sketchbooks here.
I got the same sketchbook.
Yeah, I definitely love this brand. It's so dope. And it's thick material.
Oh, you're technical with it. I see the lines and squares. You're technical with it.
Oh yeah, man. And I got a lot of graffiti designs and all of that I want to put on shirts now.
That shows that's work, bro. It's it's pretty far. Okay.
So that's the Lost Boy symbol. And I also want to make a design
with vines. Yep.
The vines coming all across it. So I want to do this design on the next set, like debating if that's gonna go well, which I know it will. So there's that. It's lost within these pages, so I definitely want to show you though. There it is. All right. So this was just a fun little sketch that I did. So there's the shirt.
I see. Okay, front with the searching on the bottom. No, that's fine. Look cool. That's
and I was actually like, if I can find a shirt this exact color, like I want this.
I think the color's sick too. I kind of like that beige, kind of like roughed up. It's nice.
Definitely. Yeah, that's what I like that beige roughed up color with the whole design and everything. I think that'll
kind of oversized too, like at the like a Yeezy type of garment.
Definitely, man. Like I want to do like, so what do you think, like a large, kind of like a medium or a large, and make it oversized?
Absolutely. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm that's all I wanted to kind of clear up before the interview. So yeah, we can start. We can start by just you introducing yourself. Maybe anyway, I cut and changed the whole video up and down, so you can it'll be a conversation just put into 15 minutes.
All right, so my name is Jade Griffin. I'm 21 and I'm a Florida-based visual artist / creator. And I want to definitely start putting my art on clothing. You heard it here first. It would be called Lost Boy Worldwide. And yeah, I'm here.
So you're from Florida. When did you start making art? What began you in this artistic journey?
I would definitely say at birth. Like I've been creating since birth, and it's kind of weird because I stopped around, let's say around 13, 14, but I've been creating since I was in elementary, and I learned how to write and everything. And it's weird because life just took a whole turn, and since the pandemic I've made a whole turn and started creating again. And even when I was young, I knew the first the first thing I said, I wanted to be an artist. I told my parents, I told my mother that. And now it's like everything is coming full circle. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what I feel I'm supposed to be doing, and everything just feels right. So I've been creating around, I don't know, 5, 6, and my parents, my dad, he wrote poetry a lot when he was younger, and my mother, she was very good at sketching and drawing, and I basically just pick up that off of them, basically.
Okay, I see. And okay, that's fine. So you've been creating your whole life, and you told me that you started during the pandemic. What pushed you to like bring this up during the pandemic? What was the
Oh man, it was a lot. It was a lot leading up to it. Even before then, I graduated high school at 19. I'm 21 now. And I went to college and I thought I had this whole thing figured out and what I wanted to do. And as soon as I got to college, I was like, what the fuck am I even doing here? So if it wasn't for art, I was like, look, what the fuck am I doing here? Like I really went through like a whole thing where I was just reevaluating like what did I want to do, and
Mhm.
little by little it just led to me going from sociology to, okay, I want to do something a little bit more artistic. Okay, so I want to do photography. Okay, and now I'm doing what I'm still interested in that. And it just led to me when I was in school, led to me, okay, I want to be an art director. And I was like, that's not enough for me. So I wanted to actually create things. And that was it. And I wanted to be an artist. And before I knew it, like
There you go.
I'm not even in school. I'm not even in school right now. And because of the pandemic, I was working at this job at where I was just on the phones and just setting appointments for people. Basically, it was boring as shit. So I had my sketchbook, of course, because there was nothing else to do while I was waiting for incoming calls. I was just sketching and drawing, and I just got back inspired again. And this was when I was inside of the, actual office building.
Hmm.
And because of COVID, we had to work from home. And then from home, I had got laid off by the job.
Hmm.
So by then, I was already creating paintings and things like that for people. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. Like, what do I got to lose at this point? Like,
Absolutely.
I took a whole break from school and I was working this job. I hate working for people. Like, I hate doing like if it's not something that's fulfilling me that makes me feel good, like I don't want to do it. I hate it. And I was like, yo, let me do this and see how far it's gonna take me. And I don't have any plans on stopping to this day now. So
That's amazing. That's a good ass story, and I think it's like a lot of people will resonate to that story because it's like the type of thing, like when you really know that you're an artist from like birth, as you said, and like you just do all these things to kind of fit the margin of life. Like, oh, you went to school, oh, you did sociology, you did photography, but you did all these things knowing that what you wanted to do eventually was just fuck it all. I want to do my own art. Like it's kind of like where we're direction to always kind of have these little things on the side to be sure, to be safe. Oh, I want to be safe, so I'll go to school. But when all you kind of needed to do was just grind your art since day one. So it's kind of like that. We need these social events to kind of prove to ourselves that that's what we really want to do. And that's mostly because I think people have the. And I was having another conversation with the girl last time, like with Ivy.
mm,
It's like it's unfortunate that people have this stigma about artists that that's a risky job. It is a risky job, but like any other job is just as risky. The reason why there's so much risk in being an artist is because there's so many rewards as well. If you make it, that's the risk and rewards. Like if you make it, trust me, your rewards will be so big that the risk is even incomparable. You work a day job where you're relatively safe and you can't lose your job, your reward will stay right there and then. So you kind of have to take the leap of faith to get into this domain, which is like the riskiest part. It's like taking that leap of faith. But once you do it, like right here, as you say, I don't want to stop till this day, which is like what matters. And so you've always been into fashion and art. So you would like to merge these two things potentially in the future, if that's what I was understanding.
Absolutely. And one thing about it is because I love creating so much, it's like I want to have these two avenues and make my art accessible as I can, no matter which way it is. And I feel like with me and with my background, a lot of different artists have their way of expanding their art and making their art more accessible and having more attention being drawn to it. And me personally, I feel like fashion is the way for me, especially with where I'm from. You know, people love a lot of customized clothing and this and this and that. And
Absolutely.
I took that leap and I was like, yeah, I can make clothes for people, but I have my own things I want to put out too. And I even feel like within that, putting my art on clothes, I feel like that's the most dopest thing that I can do and bring to other people and hoping that they can gain something from it with having my art on them.
Absolutely. How is living in Florida? How is that?
Oh man. I mean, I can't complain for the most part. Weather's fine, but as far as art and creatively, it's not that known per se. There's not really many avenues for urban arts and just really out there type of art. Because I've just been going to galleries and stuff within my hometown, and
Mm.
all I see is just people painting beaches, crabs, fish, and
Or
I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like nobody wants to see this shit. It's like it's repeated and it's the same. Nobody wants to see the same thing in almost every single gallery. That's literally a consistent theme is the sea, the ocean, the trees, like the animals. And it's just like, and even within that, like I don't want to mention on the artists here, but it's like it's a lot like the artists here, they they're really talented, but you know they have like this consistent theme of painting environments, and I feel like that's too bland for me. And with me making the type of art that I make, I want to bring a whole different type of feel, especially where I'm from, and starting here and you know eventually reaching out into other places. So that's what I feel like.
that's perfect. Jade, I think
Yeah.
we passed the over 16-minute mark. So I'm gonna ask you this question, which is my final question I love to ask all my artists. It's if you had any advice to give your younger self or someone that might be in your position, any advice that you from experience that you've learned, what would it be?
I would say everyone's path is different, but the journey is also the same. And you don't want to live in a way that, where taking risk is such a fear. The fear is staying the same. The fear is staying in that safe spot. The most greatest thing that you can ever do is take that leap and just do you and be authentic and be original with it, because no one likes doing the same thing every day. No one, just be you and be out of the ordinary. Just express yourself in the best way that you can possible. And just let that guide you, is what I can say.
That's beautiful. I think that hits every single point. Yo, Jade, thank you so much for your time. Honestly, it's just been a pleasure meeting you. It's been a pleasure looking at your art, and I'm excited. I'm excited to begin this. And honestly, thank you again. If you ever know any artists as well within the community that think that'd be interested in having an interview or going on Pièce Unique, send them my way. I would love to do the same process, because I think that's like the goal. That's what I'm really trying to achieve, is like creating this community of talented individuals that want to spread love and spread awareness. And there's not much, nothing
Mm.
too lucrative behind. But yeah, and by the way, for the auctions, I don't take any fees. I don't take any charge. Whatever you make, you keep. But you handle the shipping in that case. So I'll just give you the whatever. I send you the money. I'm like, yo, you gotta ship this, and that there once it's done.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And I really like what you're doing. And I just can't wait to see where your direction is and where you're going with having this community. I feel like it's very important to support emerging artists and just watching all of us grow in this art community and just making just a strike step to sort towards something new. So just thank you for having me.
Hey, my pleasure, Jay. Thank you so much, honestly. I'm really glad we got to do this. Okay.
Definitely, me too.
I'm gonna edit this video, and anyway, beforehand, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna contact you back probably next week around Wednesday. I'll probably have the video done by then, and I'll be like, look, do you like the video? Does this work? And you can start sending me the pictures so I can start making the edits. Okay?
All right, definitely, and we'll talk more about the designs and everything
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely. All right, take care. Have a good
All
day.
right, take care, man. You
Bye-bye.
too.
Peace.